This is the only supply chain video you need to watch. And I don't say that lightly because if you're a DTC founder watching this, chances are you're dealing with at least one of these right now. Sales look decent, but cash feels tight. Marketing is working, but scaling feels scary. You keep reacting to problems instead of feeling in control, and every launch feels harder than it should. And deep down, you know something is off, but you can't quite name it. And most founders think this is a marketing problem. It's not, it's a supply chain design problem. And today, I want to show you why so many DTC brands stall, struggle, or quietly bleed money, not because they lack demand, but because their supply chain was never designed to support growth in the first place. If you watch this until the end, you'll understand why revenue lies, where profit actually disappears, why scaling ads makes things worse for some brands, and how to finally stop firefighting and start building a system that grows with you. Let me say something that might sound uncomfortable, that most DTC brands don't fail loudly, they fail quietly. They fail with having a decent Shopify dashboards, good creatives, a growing email list, and a founder who's exhausted, confused, and constantly reacting. I've worked with hundreds of DTC brands across apparel, beauty, wellness, home, outdoor, you name it, and the pattern is always the same. When things break, founders ask, what ad should we run? What channel should we try? What agency should we hire? But the real question should be, is my supply chain designed to support growth, or am I managing chaos? Why DTC brands really fail? Here's the truth. Marketing can scale faster than operations. Supply chain cannot. Ads are flexible. Supply chains are rigid. You can turn ads on tomorrow. You cannot magically speed up production, freight, customs, or cash cycles. That's why brands experience good revenue but bad cash, viral ads followed by stockouts, launches delayed by months, emergency air freight, and margins slowly eroding without anyone noticing. I've covered this before in videos like ads won't scale your brand unless you fix your supply chain and the most expensive supply chain mistakes DTC founders make. The point is simple. If your operations are unpredictable, growth will always feel unstable. Managing versus designing a supply chain, this is where most founders get stuck. They are managing, not designing, and managing looks like you are reacting to stockouts, chasing vendors, scrambling for cash, constantly checking inboxes, making emotional decisions under pressure. And designing looks very different. Designing means forecasting demand before it hits, knowing when to place POs, and understanding how cash moves. Planning launches around supply and not hope. Preventing problems instead of fixing them later. The moment brand crosses from managing to designing, everything changes. This is the mindset shift that allows brand to move past 1 million, 5 million, 10 million without burning out the founder. The six hidden profit killers. Most founders look at profit in one place, the P&L, but profit actually leaks long before it shows up there. The biggest killers I see over and over is bad COGS, slow lead times, poor inventory planning, high freight costs, quality issues, cash flow imbalance, and each one quietly eats margin. And by the time you notice, it's already too late. I've talked about this in videos like 5 hidden warehouse fees draining your margins and avoid this 250K BFCM mistakes. But the key takeaway is this: you don't fix what you don't see. Quick pause here if you like this kind of conversations, not tactics, not hacks, but real operational clarity. You'll probably enjoy two things. First, my unboxed weekly newsletter where I break down real TTC supply chain decisions founders are making right now. Second, our circle community where founders and operators talk through real problems like forecasting, vendors, cash flow, and scaling decisions, not just marketing needs. Links are below. All right, back to the video. The DTC growth loop, this is the most important concepts most founders have never been taught. Growth is not marketing to sales. Growth is a loop. Demand, supply, cash, and back to demand. Marketing creates demand. Supply chain fulfills that demand. Inventory ties up cash. Then cash determines future supply. Break the loop anywhere and growth collapses. Most brands don't know where their loops break. They just feel the pain. That's why ads feel risky, and that's why scaling feels stressful. And that's why every decision feels heavier than it should. You cannot fix what you cannot see. Before changing vendors, before scaling ads, and before launching new products, you need a baseline. You need to know where money leaks, where timing breaks, where cash gets stuck, where operations fall behind demand. And that's why the very first thing we do with brands is not tactics, it's diagnosis. Clarity comes before growth. And this is exactly why we built the Move Supply Chain course, not as another tactic library, not as another marketing playbook, but as a systematic way to design your supply chain for real growth. Module 1, which everything you heard today comes from. This is the foundation. It fixes how you see your business. And from there, we go to the flywheel, then NPD, sourcing, inventory, logistics, finance, execution, and CEO level scaling. If this video made you think, if I just had clarity, everything would feel lighter, then this is for you. Go to the link below, read it slowly. If it resonates, you'll know. If this video helped you, I recommend watching How I Unlocked 150K in Hidden Inventory for DFCM and the one with the 1 million to 10 million supply chain wake up call. And if you want to keep learning with us, subscribe here on YouTube, join the Circle community, read Unbox Weekly, because growth doesn't have to feel chaotic. It just needs to be designed. I'll see you in the next one.